Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna give you a little guide for the Rising Rush damage event, and I will show you what you can use to get a high score. I got 232 million with the Bardock team, but I will show you different squads you can use if you are missing a couple of characters and what replacement you can do. You're gonna have timestamp in the video. You can jump to different parts if you wish to. We start with the most optimal team, and it's going to be Gotenks 17 and the Bardock. For your bench, you're going to have the Vegeta here. He's going to give you extra critical damage when you crit, and it's going to be very important for the Rising Rush. You're going to have one character that holds a blue card, and it's going to be Goku Black for me. He's having one blue and one strike in his hand, and he's going to give extra special move damage. If you do not have the Goku Black, you have a couple of replacements you can do, or actually there is many of them, so it just depends on what you have. For example, the first one, Frieza, he has a blue card in his hand. You can use him instead of Goku Black if you do not have him. You can also use, for example, the new King Cold that released last year. He also has a blue card in his hand. Where is the King Cold? He's here, so you can use him if you do not have Goku Black. The other or the last character in your bench is going to be someone that holds a green card. You have one blue and one green. Whis is the best one because his ability gives you special move like Goku Black, but if you do not have Whis, you can use someone like Dabura. He holds a green card in his hand. It's going to be the old Zenkai Dabura. Most people have him. There is other characters, but yeah, I think you have the EX Red Whis. If I remember well, he holds a green card if you do not have Dabura or the purple Whis. That's basically it for the first team. Now let's get to the gameplay, and after that I will show you different alternatives. We start with 17, and with him what you want to do is get 3 green cards so you can use them and get his gauge. Every time he's gonna use a blue, he's gonna draw a green, so make sure you use blue cards if you have them in your hand. You don't need to save any, and make sure you get the maximum gauge. When the gauge is ready, the next step is to farm 4 other green cards and have them in your hand ready. Do not use them with 17. When I get my hand full of greens, I will come back and show you the rest. Okay, now we have a handful of green cards. The next step is to go to Bardock and wait for the full 10 timer count for 17 to elapse. You need your Gotenks and 17 to be at 0 timer count. The next step is gonna be to go to Gotenks, use all 4 green cards that you have here, and when you've done that, you're gonna go back to 17 very quickly. You need to be quick here. And with 17, you're gonna use all the blue cards and pop only one of the green cards that you will generate. And like that, you're gonna lower sub count and have 3 green cards in your hand. When you finish with 17, you're gonna go back to Bardock, so you get the buffs again. Then go to Gotenks quickly, use a green and a blue in base form, and then transform. When you transform, you use all 3 green cards and Rising Rush. Like that, you're gonna have maximum damage. You can use one of the strike if you are within the 15 timer count with the Bardock, but sometimes you miss that out because of the timing, and usually I don't do or I don't use the final strike because I'm pretty slow. But yeah, if you are faster than me in terms of reflexes, you can use that final strike, then Rising Rush. You should get 20% extra damage. But this is how I got my 230 mil. Now let's see the score. We got 189 million, which is decent. We couldn't proc all the crits. I'm gonna show you my run that I did on my phone where I got 231 mil, which is gonna be the clip coming right now. If you do not own 17, you can use Tian as a substitute. What he's gonna offer is pretty similar. He's gonna change the blue cards into green like 17, and with his green, he can reduce sub count for allies by 3. So it's gonna be helpful to use Tian to switch out quickly from Bardock to Gotenks and to him. So it's gonna be the exact same strategy. The only problem is he doesn't offer extra 70% damage on Rising Rush. However, he's gonna offer some support for your Gotenks, which is around 20% damage, I believe. It's not gonna be as good, but he's the best substitute to 17 if you do not own him. Now let's do a round with the Yen and see how many points we get. The strategy is gonna be pretty similar. Just here you do not have any gauge to cater on, so you just need to farm 4 green cards. And do not Rising Rush before 120 timer count or less are on the board, because when 40 timer count elapse, the TN is gonna give 20% or 10% extra damage to Majin Buu Saga allies, which is extra damage for the Gotenks that you will Rising Rush with. Now we have 3 green cards on our hand, and we're gonna farm the 4th. Another thing is, compared to the other, you need an overdrive with your Bardock before you start all the switching, because Tian doesn't have the greatest key recovery, and it's not like 17, you cannot spam blue cards easily. Now we're gonna wait a little bit until we have 130 count or left, or 130 count or less, sorry. So we can start switching to Tian, but you can start farming your overdrive here. And now we can go back to Gotenks, spam our 4 green cards, and we can go to our Tian now. We're gonna have maximum key, basically, or infinite key. We're gonna use all the blue cards. Remember, we're gonna need to use at least one of the greens, because it's gonna lower our sub count by a 3, so we can switch to Bardock quickly. Alright, you have it easy right now. You use one of the greens, go to Bardock, go to Gotenks, use the blue here, 1 green and 1 blue before transforming. Then you transform, use the 3 greens, and I would use one of the strike and rush, because we have 1 less count than the 17. You can do that easily, and you have like 1 count extra, and you rush. Let's see the score. Now it's gonna be much lower than the 17 variant, because you are missing 70% damage on Rising Rush. However, I think you can get around 150 million pretty easily, so it could be enough for the top 10k or so. Let's see. 153 million. Pretty decent. Maybe you can get up to 180, 190 million if you try a couple of times and get some crits. That's all for the TN and Bardock strategy. Let's move on to the next one, where you don't have the Gotenks. If you do not own Gotenks, your best replacement is gonna be the Daima Zenkai Mini Goku. He can draw blue cards on his green, like the Gotenks, and he can get extra damage for that. So do the exact same strat if you do not have Gotenks, and you can use Mini Daima Goku. Now, if you do not have Mini Daima Goku and don't have Gotenks, I think this Super Saiyan Goku here is gonna be your next bet if you want to do the exact same Super Saiyan Bardock strategy. This guy, he's gonna use the greens to get extra damage for his blue card, and it can stack. Also, he can get an extra blue card on his main ability. With this guy, I would advise you to use at least 9 green cards during the battle, and I'll show you how to do that later. Now, if you do not have this guy and you do not have Gotenks, just use any recent Super Saiyan character. And the strategy is going to be pretty simple. You start with 17, get his gauge to max, and when you get his gauge to max, you're gonna farm 2 blue card and 2 green card, keep them in your hand. Then you're gonna go to Bardock, wait for the 17 timer count to be up, and then you're gonna go back to 17, use one of the greens, go back to Bardock, go to your Super Saiyan character, use the other green, use the main Rising Rush, and you're gonna have at least 2 blue card to use. But I think unless it's Legend Super Vegito, it's gonna be way lower points. So I would advise you to use the Super Saiyan Zenkai Goku if you do not have any Super Saiyan character that is recent, for example, Legend Super Vegito, Daima Mini Goku, or the Zenkai Gotenks. Now let's get to the clip. The start is quite similar, you just get the gauge for 17, and when you do get the gauge, I will come back and show you the rest. So we have the 3 green cards, we use them with 17. Rest, what you're gonna do is farm as many green cards as possible, and you're gonna feed them to your Super Saiyan Goku. So when my hand has at least like 3 or 4 green cards, I'm gonna switch to Goku and use it with him so he can get extra damage and stack the special move damage. So I have 4 green cards in my hand. I'm gonna switch to Goku, use all 4, and we're gonna get 40% extra special move damage, and we're gonna farm again for other green card with the other characters, so we can give 4 more green to Goku and another 40% extra damage. So we're gonna do the same and farm them green card, and then we come back when we have our handful. We have 4 more greens, we're gonna use all of them. Now the next step is gonna be the step after getting the gauge for 17 for every character apart from Goku. For this Goku, you do it after you use 4 green card, and basically have 2 blue and 2 green cards in your hand. When you are ready, we can start setting up our Rising Rush, and when I have the 2 blue and 2 greens, I will come back. Alright, we have it. Now we go to Bardock, switch to 17, use at least 1 green card, you wait for Bardock to be ready, and you're gonna go back to him. We have just a little time. We go Bardock, Goku, use a green and pop the main ability for Goku, so you draw an extra blue, and you Rising Rush. Like that, we used uh, 9 green cards with Goku, and let's see how much damage we do with this setup, of course. Um, 173 million, pretty decent. It's not the worst ever, so if you do not have Gotenks, you can use this Goku and he can do the job. You can also use Legend Super Vegito or Daima Mini Goku, and it should be okay. Now, let me show you the strategy to do if you do not own Super Saiyan Bardock. If you do not own Bardock, the next best strategy is gonna be using Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Bardock is in the Master Pack or Master Pack banner, so most people have him. But just in case, you can do the strategy. It's not as good, but it could work just to get the top 10k. This Vegeta is gonna spam blue cards, give allies some damage, and that's basically what we're gonna do. In terms of replacement, if you do not have 17, his best replacement is gonna be, of course, the Tian, and this guy is gonna change blues to green like 17, but he does not have the extra special or extra Rising Rush damage for your allies. But yeah, he's gonna change blue cards to green when you use him like 17. He's not as good, of course, so if you have 17, use 17 even if he is low star. And for Gotenk replacement or Gotenks, I would do the Daima Mini Goku if you do not have Gotenks, but Daima Mini Goku is not as good. For your bench, have someone that hold a blue card. I'm having Goku Black. As you can see here, he can hold a blue. If you do not have someone that hold a blue card, you can have someone that hold a green. It's gonna be similar because Gotenks changes greens to blue, and you can give the blues to the Vegeta, of course, but yeah, characters that hold the blue, you have the Goku Black, you have the first form LL Purple Frieza, you can have, I think, green Bulma, Bunny Bulma, you can have I think Cody can hold the blue card here, he released last year. And for characters that hold a green card, you can have the Whis, you can have the Bura, the Zenkai one, and there is many other. You can just check in game, and you just check if they can hold a blue or green here. That's basically it for the team setup. Now let me show you the clips. I'm gonna do two clips, one with 17 and one with a TN. For this one, it's gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna spam blue cards with Vegeta because every time you use one, he's gonna give allies 20% damage. So for the start of the battle, until you have 45 timer counts left, you're gonna use as many blue cards as possible with the Vegeta. Just do not use his main ability yet. And also, if you have any green card, you're gonna switch to the Gotenks, use the green cards, get blue card for Vegeta, and switch back to Vegeta so you can use them. You can also transform to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. He will give you a green and you can use it with him, and then go back to Vegeta and you can use that blue card. Just be careful, do not stay on a lot with Gotenks because his transformation is timed when he is in Super Saiyan 3, so you can Rising Rush later in the Super Saiyan 3 form. You're gonna continue and use as many blue cards as possible with Vegeta, and do not use any main ability with him. The 17 is not gonna be important now for the start of the fight. He's gonna be here to just change the blue cards to green toward the end, so we're not gonna use him right now, but later on he's gonna have his importance. And basically what he does is every time he uses a blue card, it's gonna switch to a green, and he's gonna give allies extra Rising Rush damage, which is gonna be important for the Gotenks when he does Rising Rush. He has also his gauge who lowers damage cut for the enemy, but the Hero Hercule doesn't have any damage cut, so I don't think it's gonna matter, and he doesn't attack you enough to get the gauge, so I would just ignore it. Use the blues with Vegeta, use the greens to generate blues with Gotenks, and go back to Vegeta every time, and like that you're gonna get as much damage as possible. Just be careful, do not eliminate the Hercule, he's not very tanky, so if you can strike cancel, sometimes do it, and like that you're not gonna kill him. One more thing, do not use the Super Saiyan 3 main yet, you're gonna need it later. And also do not stay a long time with the Super Saiyan 3 like I said before. So if you are waiting for the Vegeta timer count to go down with the blue card in your hand, just go to 17 and wait with him, and you're not gonna waste the timer counts for the transformed Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now I'm gonna come back when we have 45 timer count left to show you how to set up your team. So now we have less than 45 timer count up, and what we're gonna do is go to our Gotenks, use our main, and draw one green card. Then any blue you have, you're gonna use them with 17, and any green you have, you're gonna save them. You're gonna need in your hand at least 3 blue or green, it doesn't matter, combination of either. And when you have that, you're gonna pop your main with Vegeta, and your hand is gonna be full of green and blues, as you can see here. And we have 2 blue cards and 2 green cards. The blue cards, you're gonna use them with 17, and then you're gonna have 4 green in your hand, and all the green will be used by the Gotenks that will RR. So like that, we're gonna have full buffs with the Gotenks greens, and we're gonna have also a full hand of blues. Then we can rush our Hercule, and hopefully we do enough damage. I know already how much damage we did. We did more than 170 million, and this should be a safe score for most of their world, I reckon. Now, if you do not have 17, there is another variant with the TN. I'm gonna show you how it's gonna be run, and let's go to the next clip. It's the exact same strategy, but TN is gonna replace the 17. You're not gonna get extra Rising Rush damage, so the score is gonna be lower, but you're gonna get a high enough score, I reckon, for the rewards. You're gonna use the TN to change the blue cards into green toward the end. And to set up your team, what you're gonna do is spam blues with your Vegeta at the start. If you have any greens, you use them with Gotenks so they can change to blue, and go back to Vegeta, use the blues, and so on. When you spammed your blues and all with the Vegeta, and either Hercule is low HP, 40% HP or less, or you have like 45 timer count left, you go back to Gotenks, use your main, get a green, then you go back to your Vegeta or Tien, spam your cards until you get greens and blues in your hand. You can use also the Vegeta main ability to get an extra blue card. If you have blue cards, use them with Tien, change your entire hand to a greens, and then you're gonna go to Gotenks, spam the 4 greens in your hand, and you can rise and rush after. That's all for today's video. I showed you the two main strategy, I would say. The Bardock one is the one that will give you the most points, and I believe it's gonna be way more RNG than the Vegeta one, but both could be okay for the rewards. Have a good one. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, let me know in the comment, and goodbye.